Hello everyone, welcome to my 100 Days of Cybersecurity and Computer Networking challenge. Today we are going to learn about servers. What is a server? Server is nothing, just in a layman language. It is used to store the data, just like that. Like your hard drive can store your data locally. So to store data online, you have to use server for that. And here is DNS server, domain name system server. And here is web server. I have already configured a system here that is being used by server. I've done nothing, just uh, added a system here of 3 PC. I'm going to level them like this. Here is the system. Okay. And so here is the system, and I have assigned two network IDs here, two IP addresses to them. One is 192.168.2.1. So 192.168 is generally used in LAN network, local area network, because it's not publicly known to anyone else. It is going to just known to the local area connected devices. Just like here, you can see that 192.168.2.4, and here after that, with the connection with the server, I have assigned one more IP address, 192.168.1.1. So this has been assigned, and I've just nothing done here. I've just assigned the IP addresses to them. You can see here 192.168.2.1 and 1.1, just like that. And then you have to add server. So for server, you have to just go to the uh, end devices here at the left bottom of the screen, and then just select server. Just drag and drop the server. You can see here that the server has been uh, placed here successfully, but right now it is not being connected to anything else, any network or just like that. First of all, I'm going to delete that because I've already added server here. So what is a DNS server? DNS server is nothing, just a domain name system server. Domain name system means it will store all the IP addresses of the web server, or you can say any other server. Like here, this DNS server has stored this web server's IP addresses and also the domain name also. So whenever someone tries to connect with the domain name, like here I've configured www.google.com in the web server. So and anyone is not going to remember the IP address of that. So they are just going to type www.google.com and it should open. Like here I can type www.google.com. So just like that, the server should work and the output should be given on the you can say on the web browser. That's how the system works on a server. So domain name system is nothing, just a phone book type system where it stores all the you can say IP addresses and domain name of the other servers. So you have to, for the configuration of the DNS server, you have to just take the one server, just like here I have taken the server, and connect with the cable. You have to connect with Ethernet cable, fast Ethernet, just like that, because server has fast Ethernet port. And now we have to configure. So here I have already configured DNS server. You just have to configure the fast Ethernet port. And here, as you can see, that I have assigned the gateway. So the gateway will be 192.168.1.1 and the server IP address will be 1.2. Okay. So let me explain that how the DNS is going to be worked. Let's say that I have sent a packet from PC0 to by requesting that I want to search www.google.com. So from PC0 a packet will be generated and then it will travel through switch to router, and then www.google.com is stored in the web server here in another server. So first of all it will go to DNS server. Here it will say search www.google.com server, and then if it is going to be available in the DNS server, just like you can see here, I have added the DNS uh, record here. I have added the other server record here, www.google.com, and the IP address 192.168.1.4. So you are going to connect. The packet has been sent to the server, DNS server, and then this DNS server will tell that the www.google.com is in the web server. So it will direct the packet to the web server. So from web server, the packet will be successfully, uh, you can say the network has been established between the PC0 and then web server. Then from there, the packet will be received from the destination, and then it will travel through all the way to the source destination, that is PC0. Just like that, the server is going to be work. So already in the DNS server, uh, you have to assign the IP here. As you can see, the default gateway will be 1.1 and DNS server will be 1.2. And then you have to go in the DNS and just make sure that it should be on. Okay. And then you have to take another server so that it should be accessible with you can say that is web server. Okay. So in web server we are going to uh, on the HTTP protocol so that the website can be visitable successfully. So here in the web server you have to assign the IPs to them. So here as you can see that in the desktop uh, section you will see IPv4 address. So in IPv4 address you have to type 192.168.1.4. That should be this server IP, web server IP, and subnet mask will be automatically added and default gateway will be 1.1 and DNS server will be 1.2 because it is going to connect it from the DNS server. It is not being connected from the PC0 or anyone else. DNS server will direct the packet to the DNS server, and that's how it's going to be worked. So you have to just now you have assigned the, you can say, IP addresses, and then you have to go into services. In services you have to turn on the HTTP protocol, and then you have to edit here. You can write anything that you want to show to the user, that how the website is going to be worked or how the output of the website will be in the index.html. So I have written here welcome to Google, and the font size also color blue Google. Yeah. So by default there will be the written the Cisco packet tracer, welcome to Cisco packet tracer, and something like that. So yeah, you have to just delete them and add the thing that you want to show to the user. So and just save this from here. As you can see that, so just save this from here, and now it is going to save it. And from DNS you have to don't do anything with the DNS, just like that. So now the web server has been configured successfully, and DNS server. One thing you have to keep in remember that DNS server in each PC should be same, because each PC or any PC is going to be connected, or let's say the packet will be sent from any PC to the DNS server only, not to the server PT or anything just like that. You can access the server PT by writing the uh, IP of that, but everybody is not going to remember the IP of that web server. Everybody is going to remember the www.google.com is there, a web page that we have to fetch, and just like that. So DNS server is going to uh, remember all the IP addresses. And now in DNS server, you have to configure the Ethernet. You have to give the IPs basically to them. So I've already given and I've already told about them. So in DNS server, now you have to go on services and then DNS. You have to turn on the DNS service, and now you have to add here name, just like www.google.com. Here I've done, and the address 192.168.1.4. Here I've done, just like that, and then click save. I'm going to show you with the another web server that how you can add here. Just like that you are going to do. Just like you are going to add the web server to the DNS server. And now I have taken the server 3, which will be just like say it is web server named Google, and now it will be web server named Instagram.com. Say web server Instagram, just like that. Now you have to configure them. So to configuration, we have to go into IP address in the desktop mode, in the desktop section of mode. In IPv4 address, you have to type, let me give IP addresses to it. The IP address will be 1.4 has been used, 1.5 will be used, 192.168.1.5. Okay, so now the IP addresses for the illustration purposes has been given. So now I have to write IP address here 192.168.1.5, and subnet mask will be automatically fetched. The default gateway will be 1.1. The default gateway is the IP address between the router to the switch. 1.1. And DNS server will be the DNS server IP address, that is 1.2. 192.168.1.2. Just like that, you have configured the IP address of this web server of Instagram. And now you have to go to the services and just go to the HTTP and then index.html. And here you can see that the by default here it has been written that hello world.html, copyrights.html, image HTML, like that. All of the stuff has been written there. You have to just delete them and just write here welcome to Instagram. Color blue, not pink, I think, because pink is the color of the Instagram app or website. Pink is a theme also of Instagram. Pink, black and blue, white and black, not blue. And here I can write Instagram. Welcome to Instagram. And then I have to again add, just like you have to do the manual programming here to configure the user output to the that's been shown to the user. Login/sign out. Okay. Now you have to save, just overwrite. Now it's been successfully configured, as you can see that. And now we have to add this IP address and the domain name to the DNS server. So for this we have to go to the DNS, and in DNS we have to write www.instagram.com. Okay, and now we have to write 168.1.5. Here the address will be the web server address that is going to be used. Add, just like that you have to do. So you can add multiple IP addresses and domain name in this DNS server, because the PC is going to connect with the, or the packet should be sent from PC to the DNS server, and from DNS server it is going to fetch that which uh, web server it is going to configure, or it is going to be connected. Like now it's being configured successfully. Let me forward the time so the configuration will be successful. First of all, I will check in this PC. Open the web browser here in the desktop section. www.instagram.com. So here, as you can see that while writing the domain name, I have fetched the Instagram logo and what I have written in the index.html file. So that's basically the user is going to see. You can also type the IP address of it, like 168.1.5, because in the normal world you are not going to user is not going to remember the IP addresses of each and every website. So you have to just give the domain name to them. So for that purpose, the domain name system is going to work. Let me do one more time. Let's configure from another browser, another PC browser that is connected to your system network. Like www.instagram.com. Go. So here, as you can see, that the output has been shown to the user. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you have learned that how the server is going to be worked. Tomorrow we are going to learn that how a DHCP server is going to work. DHCP is nothing that I am always using the manual or a static IP routing in all the system here, and the DHCP is going to give the IP addresses to them, to the system automatically. DHCP is nothing, just it is going to give the IP addresses, or just assign the IP addresses to the system with the uh, another different IP addresses to them. One more thing I want to say, that you have to configure here also the DNS server should be same in each of the PC. You can see here DNS server should be same 1.2, 1.2, and also you can see in the simulation. That's going to be always. So now here, as you can see, that the packet has been successfully reached from here to here. So it will take more time because the network is very large here. That's why I don't use the simulation here. I'm using the real time. You can also check that the packet has been transferred or not between them. And there you can see that it is successful. And you can also name the PC actually in the DNS server. Just like that, go to the DNS and you can name this PC like that. PC0 is being named like Shivam. Okay, Shivam, and the IP address will be 192.168.2.2. And so the DNS is going to recognize that Shivam has been added to this IP address. So you are not going to remember that which PC has this IP address. You have to just write Shivam and it will redirect to PC0. You can see here that if I will write in command prompt ping to Shivam, just like that. So here as you can see that the reply is getting from the PC0, so that PC Shivam. So no need to remember the IP address of that. So DNS is just basically used to remember all the IP addresses. It stores all the IP addresses just like a phone book. It does work for all the users that is connected in the network. So that's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day. And tomorrow we are going to learn about DHCP, which I have already told in the video previously.